Hi, I'm Anthony Alder from Alder IP, and welcome to another episode in the IP series. Today we're talking about a really unusual topic. We're talking about robo-lawyers and the impact, particularly for intellectual property, but other areas of law. It's becoming more common that people are relying on things like ChatGPT and AI learning algorithms to draft legal documents or to do legal compliance type jobs. I'd strongly advise people not to do this. And the reason being is that we've had some spectacular fails in recent times. I think the most problematic case is a company in the US called Do Not Pay. Now, Do Not Pay has its own AI system, which is based off, I think, ChatGPT or Mistral's LLM. With Do Not Pay, what it is you put in your query and it spits out either a response for you to send back to, say, if someone's asking you to pay money, it gives you a letter to send back to the other side and try and negotiate your way out of payment. In recent times, they're expanding their service into court services. So, and in one case in the US, in a California court, in late 2023, a defendant in a traffic dispute over parking fines used Do Not Pay in the court environment. Now, what happened was this particular defendant turned on their mobile phone in the court, had a Bluetooth headset on, and was reading out what the AI told her to read out to the court. Not only was she in contempt of the court because what she was saying was kind of ludicrous, the other thing, it was self-contradictory. So she ended up agreeing to pay the fine. The robo-lawyer actually agreed to pay the fine in part of her court case defense, which is kind of the wrong way around if you're trying to defend against parking fines. So there are two main issues with AI. The biggest problems that they face is that they are prone to hallucinations, and also they're prone to inconsistencies. The hallucinations come about because if they can't get the data that they require, they tend to make the data up, and they'll make numbers up, and it'll look like on the surface, it looks like it makes sense. It's a bit like to a high school kid, it looks like it makes sense, but when you actually read the details or read the referencing, it's all wrong. It's all made up. It's all fiction. And a good case, like a good example of this, is if we've tried to use it in our office to use ChatGPT to draft patents, and we asked it to do a background on a patent, and it just basically invents all the data, invents all the numbers, it invents all the descriptions. It just invents stuff. And because what you've got to understand is that AI is a bit of a misnomer. AI is not actually artificial intelligence at this stage. What it actually is it's a matching algorithm. It takes your sentences, it chops them up into little pieces, it takes its knowledge and chops it up into little pieces and matches it with a matching algorithm, and then spits out the answer it thinks that you want to hear. There's no learning involved. There's no deep analysis. There's no common sense applied, and there's no error checking either. It's not general artificial intelligence, which is the next step in artificial intelligence. It's even doubtful they might even get to that stage because it's such a leap from going from where they are to that next step. I strongly advise don't use robo-lawyers and don't use ChatGPT to draft contracts or draft patents or run your legal court cases. In the States, there have actually been 2 court cases run by lawyers where they drafted the documents through ChatGPT or Do Not Pay system, and both of these have failed pretty spectacularly. There was a court case in New Jersey where 2 lawyers were actually disbarred from practicing, partly because the documents were so ridiculous. And when pressed for an answer from the judge about how bad their documents were, how many hallucinations were in their actual document, they doubled down and asked ChatGPT for a response. And of course, it made up even more spectacular lies about the whole court case. The whole thing got thrown out. The two solicitors involved were disbarred in New Jersey. But this is a bit of a cautionary tale. And if you're using ChatGPT, understand what its outputs are. Its outputs are not giving you legal advice. It's giving you something that looks like it's written in well-cited English. It's not giving you any kind of understanding of the law. It's not giving you some appreciation of the law. It's not looking at case law. It's not giving you any kind of fundamental usable advice at the end of the day. If you need a legal opinion about your particular case or your particular matter, or you need a contract drafted, go see a lawyer. Don't use ChatGPT. I hope this is really helpful. And if you need any more information about any of the topics I've talked about in this video, please feel free to contact myself or the team at Alder IP, and we're more than happy to help you. Thanks.